Good day, students. Welcome to GAME, Gross and Microscopy Explained. The topics for the day are quite simple and small, but then if you can answer a question on hemangioma, a capillary hemangioma, cavernous hemangioma, lymphangioma, as well as granuloma pyogenicum, then you can omit this particular class. Hemangiomata is the one, and the importance of it is given over here, including surgery. First one will be regarding the terms. Before that, I am showing you a few pictures over here. Here there is a flattened lesion, and it is almost like a raspberry in color. Here again there is a protruding lesion in a young child. So whenever the patient is very young, a fetus or less than 1 year, we can consider it to be a hemangioma. This is another case wherein I am finding a nodule on the tongue. Let us see what it is. The first one is a hamartoma. Hamartoma is defined as an abnormal proliferation of a normal tissue. Hamartoma. So the hemangioma is a hamartoma. It is an abnormal proliferation of the vascular channels. Choristoma, on the contrary, it is the presence of a normal tissue in an abnormal site. So this is actually supposed to be a bit of bone. I'm finding yellowish white tinge over here, hard, and this is supposed to be a choristoma. Also, we can find this ectopic pancreas in the stomach, etc., and that is called a choristoma. These two terms we shall remember: hamartoma and choristoma. And in this, a hemangioma, it is an abnormal proliferation of the vascular channels. How do you identify a vascular channel? I find mainly by means, are you able to find some dark cells over here? They are the endothelial cells. And they will be filled with RBCs, but that alone should not be the diagnosis. We must not be reporting on that alone. Secondly, you find that whether there is any amount of media or muscle that is there. Hemangioma itself is divided into capillary, small caliber blood vessels, and second one is cavernous. Another variant is a lymphangioma, which is a proliferation of the lymphatic channels. So it is clear over here, it is a vascular channel that has been completely filled with blood. So it is not a lymphatic channel. Proliferation of the multiple capillaries are seen. In some areas, they are almost back to back in arrangement. This is a better picture in which I am finding multiple small caliber vascular channels. Small in the sense, this is small, this is smaller, this is the smallest. And they are back to back in arrangement. Back to back means there is hardly any intervening space. And they are lined by plump endothelial cells. This is the endothelial cell over here which has been marked. There is hardly any intervening stroma and no inflammation. So this will be the picture of a capillary hemangioma. On the contrary, you find a cavernous hemangioma. Compare this with this. These are larger vascular channels. Sometimes you find that they are all interconnected. They are lined by flattened endothelium. Look at the arrow over here. This is a flattened endothelium I am seeing. There can be anastomosing channels. But more important is I am seeing a media or the smooth muscle. Look at this one. It is a media or a smooth muscle which is not seen in a capillary. And as said earlier, RBCs will be seen within the lumen. These are the points in favor of your diagnosis. Yet another one. I am finding a lumen that is filled with RBCs and there is a wall with media. Externally, there is a lining with the endothelial cell. Look at this one. These are all flattened endothelial cells. What are the organs where we can see? I hope you are able to identify this particular pyramidal organ, the adrenal, in which there is a large circumscribed reddish lesion, which is the hemangioma. Another organ where you can find a cavernous hemangioma will be the liver, or sometimes it occurs in the skin also. Cavernous hemangioma over here, I am finding the beefy red color of the liver, and then well circumscribed and then reddish lesion, which is a hemangioma. Here again, the media alone is conspicuous. In some areas, it is incomplete, and these are all the luminal spaces which are interconnected. It is a case of a cavernous hemangioma. And the word cavernous means cave-like. Look at this. There is a large cave, and I'm able to see some kind of tunnels that is leading me somewhere else. And here the blood vessels have got that kind of an appearance. They are large, cave-like, walled by a media as well as the endothelium. Sometimes there can be anastomosis. So this is a slide for you people. Definitely you will be able to make a diagnosis. This is the third lesion, the lymphangioma. Sometimes a young child is brought with a huge swelling in the neck, which is otherwise called a cystic hygroma. It is not pulsatile, it does not expand when there is any pressure. Another site where you can find a cystic hygroma is the mesentery. It is composed of distended channels lined by flattened cells. It contains proteinaceous material or lymph. Lymph itself is a filtrate of the plasma. So look at this one. I'm finding channels which are filled with proteinaceous material, no RBCs, and there is a loose wall over here. The lining is by flattened cells again. There may be some cells resembling the lymphocytes which also can be seen. That is the histology of a lymphangioma. And look at this large bubbling lesion. There can be incomplete septae and it is filled with clear fluid. This is the gross picture of a cystic hygroma. There can be another lesion. We had completed capillary hemangioma, cavernous hemangioma, lymphangioma. And in this one, it is a middle-aged person who has come with a painful nodule over the finger. It is not congenital because the patient is a little old. And I am finding a reddish color as well as a yellowish white color that is there. He gives a history of trauma, and pain means there is inflammation. It was resected and then it was sent for histopathology. We found that this is a skin over here and this is a lobulated lesion. I'm finding a lobulated lesion, something that you see in a squamous papilloma, but it is not a squamous lesion. In that, I am able to see multiple well circumscribed dense areas of small capillaries. So this has got a stalk-like thing. In fact, it will be projecting lower down also. So what am I trying to say? It has got an hourglass-like appearance. Broad at the top, broad below, and then narrow at the particular site of communication. This is called a lobular hemangioma or a granuloma pyogenicum. Granuloma pyogenicum is also a question for you people. So it is an overgrowth of the capillaries and there will be inflammatory cells. It is an hourglass lesion which projects above the surface. This is the clusters of capillaries that we are seeing separated by connective tissue. So this is a problem for the student. I would like you people to kindly distinguish this from the inflammatory granulation tissue. This is another slide that is given for you and you should not mistake. In this, however, I am finding proliferation of the capillaries back to back in arrangement, hardly any inflammation. And there are some kind of fibrous septae which are seen, which can be a hemangioma. So you should distinguish it from an inflammatory granulation tissue. Granuloma pyogenicum, be careful because many a time students write the answer of granuloma, which is wrong. See you in game 44.